Hello, this is Amy with Mommy Scrapping, and welcome to my Traveler's Notebook for July 2019. I am setting it up to record my YouTube stats and the layouts that I complete during this month. So I am using my Oh My It's July stamp set from the Club Canvo collection by Catherine Puller, and I have pulled out the lobster, sunflower, and blue jay ink. When I think of July, I think of red and white and blue because I'm in the United States and we have Independence Day this month. But since there's so many stars, I also wanted to pull out a yellow to add to that. Eventually, I'm going to pull out the walnut brown ink as well to use for some almost like frame and string pieces. So I am now using the Calendar in Boxes stencil to put in the month of July, making sure I'm starting in the same spot that I started June's in, and it takes me a moment to get 35 little boxes drawn, but it's completely worth it. I have been filling in some dates in my Erin Condren planner, and I have noticed I am going to have quite a few YouTube videos during the month of July. So I am hoping that by the time this month is over, all of those little boxes, or most of those little boxes, are colored in red. As I'm filming this, it is the 1st of July, and I'm counting to make sure that I have the right number of weeks. Now I'm just going through and putting the dates in. Which is so fun to watch, and this is sped up, just so you know. And I was planning on doing just a talk while I was recording, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's like 17 minutes of video. I don't think I want to talk that long. This should be a quick video. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and add in the title for the calendar, and then I will stamp the month July above it in blue jay. I really love that blue ink. It is such a beautiful dark blue. Then I'm going to take the sunshine and do the bullets for my layouts, which I do not have all of my June layouts listed in there. That actually might be one thing I'm doing this afternoon when I am done with the video editing I need to do. I'm about to head out of town, and so I'm doing this a couple days early. This should go up on Thursday, I think. I've got it set for the 4th. So I can't fit an entire column at that bottom, so I'm just cleaning off and then using the top 3 stars. That way, as long as I don't get ink on the bottom 3, I don't have to worry about it showing up, even though it touches the book. I will, in a couple minutes, go back to the right-hand page and add that in there, but I want to make sure I get the decorative portion of it done so I have enough space. The phrase I'm doing at the bottom says, "Keep shining, the world needs your light." And this Club Canvo kit is just all about light. They include a lot of the stars, which is what I'm going to use. But they also, just so you know, that when I peeled that one up, it curled, and so I couldn't just lay it down. I actually had to attempt to lay it straight on my stamp block. It didn't work so well, but you know, it is what it is. And that red ink, the lobster red, stains stamps. It stains stamp blocks too. I have red ink stained on my stamp block, which doesn't affect how either the stamp or the stamp block work. But, whew, here's where I'm going to pull out the walnut ink. It kind of looks like a shelf. As I was saying, this is kind of a light themed stamp set. So you've got a lot of stars, but you also have 3 different kinds of hanging light bulbs, and you've got a jar, a shelf with a light bulb, and 2 jars, and then you've got lightning bugs and even a little trail for the lightning bugs. So I could have gone a completely different route with this Traveler's Notebook layout. I did not have to use stars at all. I could have, and I actually did consider putting the shelf with the jars and light bulb up there and hanging light bulbs at the top. But when I think of the month of July, I think of fireworks and I think of stars and being outside at night. And so I really just wanted to keep that theme. Now, they have 3 different sets of hanging stars in addition to the long line of hanging stars. And so with each of those hanging stars, I'm doing the string in the walnut brown to match kind of the shelf/rope look one on the right side, and then the stars in yellow, which puts a lot of yellow on this layout, particularly at the top of the right page. I have no red or blue there. And I'm continuing to add more hanging stars because I want to include that all the way across. Clean everything off, and then I decide to pull in the other phrase that they have, which says just sparkle, which is just a nice generic phrase. I could put that on cards to people. I love it. And I'm going to put just sparkle, and I'm going to use that yellow ink again, which I know doesn't seem to like you can read it on camera. In person you can, and hopefully with the close-up shots I will have at the end, you will see that. And then I'm going through and adding in some stars. Catherine Pooler included a 3-star cluster on here as well as an individual star. So I'm going to go through and do each of these in red and blue. So I'm pulling in some more of that red and blue towards the top and the bottom. I end up with the opposite problem at the bottom where I have absolutely no yellow. And I will go back at the end to add yellow in there and clean it off. Now, while this does stain, I usually don't have too much trouble with it transferring ink. I don't with the small stamp originally, and then I end up. And I was checking to see if I could fit the this individual stamp inside the bullets, and yeah, I can, and got ink on one of them. So I'm just kind of filling it up with stars, lots of stars. I'm a star person. Goes back to when I was younger. My dad and I used to go for walks at night, and he'd teach me about the stars and the constellations. So I like to put that in there. So I was pointing out, even though that the stamp is now red and will permanently be stained red, it didn't affect the blue. And that's because the blue is so dark. It does affect the yellow. So the yellow comes through as a yellow, but is a very orangey yellow. I'm going to go clean it again. And that does help, not entirely. What I should have done is stamped on a sheet of scrap paper a few times. You know, learn from my mistakes, please. So I am adding in those little yellow stars, and I am done. Oh wait, no I'm not. I forgot. I've got to add the bullets down the side on the right hand page. So I will stamp those in twice. And then I will be done. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a like, comment, thumbs up, subscribe, and still shots are coming up. So I hope you guys all have a lovely day. Bye.